Hi, I think we're going to finish up Journey to the Center of the Earth today. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you if you've enjoyed this book, please click like and subscribe. And now we'll begin. A Journey to the Center of the Earth. Chapter 13. The Journey Ends. When I opened my eyes, I felt Hans clutching me firmly by my belt. With his other hand, he held my uncle. I was not badly wounded, but bruised all over my body. After a moment, I looked around. I was lying down on the slope of a mountain, not 2 yards from a cliff over which I would have fallen if Hans had not saved me. "Where are we?" I asked my uncle, who seemed unhappy at having returned to earth. Hans shrugged his shoulders. "Are we in Iceland?" I asked Hans. "No," he said. "You must be wrong," my uncle cried. But Hans was not wrong. Instead of glaciers and snow of Iceland, which I had expected to see, I found myself on a mountain that was baked by a burning sun. "It really does not look like Iceland," my uncle observed. "Look down the mountain. There are green trees among them, fig and olive trees, and beyond that, a little port with houses and fishing boats. No, we are not anywhere near the Arctic region from which we began. Let us walk down the mountain and see if we can find food and water." After 2 hours of walking, a beautiful country spread out before us with olives, pomegranates, and grapes growing wild. We ate our fill and drank from a spring of fresh water. While we were eating, a young, poorly dressed child appeared between 2 olive trees. "Ah," I cried, "an inhabitant of this country. Perhaps we can find out where we are." The young boy was terribly frightened at seeing 3 half-naked men with tangled and ragged beards eating like savages. My uncle spoke softly in German. "What is the name of this mountain, my boy?" There was no answer. "Good," said my uncle. "We are not in Germany." He asked the question again, this time in English. Again there was no answer. My uncle asked again, this time in French. The young boy shook his head to indicate that he did not understand. "I will try him in Italian," my uncle said. "What is the name of this island?" "Stromboli," the boy answered quickly, then turned and dashed away, disappearing quickly in the olive groves. "Stromboli," I cried. "We've come to the surface in the center of the Mediterranean. Stromboli, Stromboli, and that mighty volcano we came up through is the fierce and famous Mount Etna." Ah, what a journey! What a marvelous and extraordinary journey! We had entered the earth by one volcano, had come out by another, and Etna was at least 3,600 miles from Sneffels. We had left the snows of Iceland and returned under the sun on the island of Stromboli. We continued our journey down the little port, and we passed ourselves off as shipwrecked travelers, for had the superstitious people of this island known the truth, they would have called us demons from hell. Chapter 14. Home again. We were taken in by the Stromboli fishermen, who gave us clothes and food, and 48 hours later, on the 30th of September, a boat took us to the city of Messina in Sicily. On Friday, the 4th of October, we left for France and reached Hamburg, Germany on the 9th of October. Thanks to the gossipy tongue of Martha, my uncle's housekeeper, the word of our trip had spread throughout Hamburg and then all over the world. Upon hearing that we had attempted a journey to the center of the earth, most people believed that we would never again be seen. Then when they saw us home safely, they believed it even less. But the prescience of Hans and the stray scraps of information we presented soon changed their minds. My uncle became a great man, and I became the nephew of a great man, and something of a hero myself. Hamburg gave a festival in our honor, which my uncle related all the details of our incredible trip. That same day, we deposited the parchment left by Arne Saknussemm in the town library. He expressed his regrets that he could not follow the route of the Icelander all the way to the center of the earth. He was modest in glory, but his reputation only increased. When Hans decided to leave Hamburg for his beloved home in Iceland, my uncle and I were both saddened. We will never forget the brave and trusted guide who had saved our lives many times. To conclude, I must say that our journey into the interior of the earth created great excitement throughout the world, and our story was published in many languages. During his lifetime, my uncle enjoyed all the glory he deserved. As for me, I married Gretchen and moved into my own house near my uncle's. There I continued to work with the distinguished professor for the rest of his days. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story. As Tigger says, ta-ta for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye.